In the small village of Olomi, nestled in the rolling hills of Nigeria, a young girl named Funmi was born. Her early childhood was filled with laughter and joy, surrounded by the warmth of her family. But fate had other plans. When Funmi was just a toddler, her mother began to exhibit symptoms of a severe illness. As the days turned into weeks, Funmi's mother grew weaker, her body ravaged by the disease. One fateful day, as Funmi's mother lay on her deathbed, she called her daughter to her side. With trembling hands, she placed a delicate golden bracelet around Funmi's wrist. "My dear Funmi," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "This bracelet is a lucky charm. It will bring you magical good fortune and protect you from harm. Never take it off, my child." After Funmi's mother passed away, her father became a different person. He was consumed by grief and anger, taking out his frustrations on Funmi. He would often beat her, leaving her with bruises and a deep sense of sadness. As time passed, Funmi's father decided to remarry. He chose a woman named Nifemi, who seemed kind and gentle at first. But as soon as they were married, a true nature was revealed. Nifemi was a cruel and heartless woman. She treated Funmi like a servant, forcing her to do all the household chores. She would often insult and belittle Funmi, making her feel worthless. "Funmi, you're a lazy girl," Nifemi would shout. "Can't you see there's so much work to be done?" Funmi would look down, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm sorry, stepmother. I'll try to do better." One day, while Funmi was on her way to the market, she ran into her friend Amma. Amma chatted excitedly, hardly noticing Funmi's urgency. "Funmi, guess what? I saw the cutest boy yesterday and I think he likes me." Funmi smiled and tried to hurry Amma along. "That's great, Oma, but I need to go. My stepmother is waiting for me." Amma barely registered Funmi's words, too caught up in her gossip. She kept talking on and on until Funmi also got drawn and lost track of time. Funmi finally managed to extricate herself from Amma's conversation and rush back home. But as she entered the kitchen, Nifemi's anger boiled over. "Where have you been?" Nifemi shouted, a hand flashing out to strike Funmi across the face. Funmi stumbled back, her lip bleeding and her tooth loose. She cried out in pain as Nifemi continued to beat her. Despite the abuse, Funmi remained a good girl. She excelled in school, winning several prizes and earning the praise of her teachers. One day, the principal of Funmi's school stood before the entire student body, acknowledging Funmi's exceptional academic performance. "Funmi is an outstanding student," the principal said. "Her hard work and dedication are an inspiration to us all. The school would grant her a scholarship to study in the city and make us proud." But amidst the praise and recognition, a warning sign emerged. The school sent a letter to Funmi's parents, expressing concern about Funmi's well-being. The teachers had noticed bruises on Funmi's body and her increasingly withdrawn behavior. But Nifemi intercepted the letter, hiding it from Funmi's father. As time passed, Nifemi's cruelty intensified. She began to plot against Funmi, seeking to destroy her reputation and future. But Funmi's mother had given her a powerful tool, the lucky charm bracelet. Unbeknownst to Funmi, the bracelet held the key to her salvation. One fateful night, Nifemi called her and insulted her, informing her that she would never consent to her leaving for the city to study. She ended her talk by saying, "Once a servant is always a servant. Funmi, you would forever be a servant." But just as all hope seemed lost, the lucky charm bracelet began to glow. Funmi's mother's words echoed in her mind. "This bracelet will bring you magical good fortune and protect you from harm." One day, a wealthy benefactor, Mr. Kofi, visited Funmi's school. He announced a prestigious scholarship program offering a full-ride education abroad to the top students. The school would hold a prize ceremony to announce the winner. Funmi's exceptional academic record made her a top contender, but when Nifemi found out, she was furious. She didn't want Funmi to have a better life. On the day of the ceremony, Nifemi locked Funmi in the house. determined to prevent her from attending. But Funmi's lucky charm bracelet had other plans. As Funmi struggled to free herself, the bracelet began to glow. The light emanated from the house, guiding one of Funmi's teachers, Mr. Owusu, to her location. Mr. Owusu arrived at the house, found Funmi locked inside, and freed her. Together, they rushed to the school, arriving just as the ceremony was about to end. Funmi was announced as the winner, and she received the scholarship amidst thunderous applause. As she accepted the award, she knew her life was about to change forever. Years later, Funmi returned to the village as a successful and educated woman. Nifemi, now widowed and impoverished, begged for forgiveness. Funmi's father had passed away, and Nifemi's cruelty had ultimately led to her downfall. Funmi, however, had risen above the hardships, her lucky charm bracelet a reminder of her mother's love and protection. As Funmi looked at Nifemi, she felt a sense of pity and forgiveness. "I forgive you," Funmi said, "but remember, kindness and compassion can change lives. Cruelty and jealousy only lead to destruction."